everybody? Mike Sparacino here, a.k.a. Shades, alongside Brendan Mulroy, a.k.a. Mulgoon, a.k.a. The Big Goon, and we're joined today by none other than our number one fan and friend, Brandon Wojno.
Yo, what's
Woj
up?
tweets, right?
Yeah,
Woj tweets.
At Woj tweets on Twitter.
recurring guest 3 times.
It's 3 times already? Fuck.
No, well, one of them didn't happen because you're...
Oh, okay, so...
Chase, what episode number is this?
2.5. 28.
28. Dom Moore, baby. Classic.
Hey, we ended on a good number, 27. I just like the number 27 in general.
Miss Anderson.
Holy shit, boys. It's been fucking...
Hey, I liked number 27 before Elias Anderson and before we traded Ryan McDonough. Well, before we even had Ryan McDonough, I just liked 27. Sure. But anyway, a lot has happened in the last 4+ months.
As in no hockey. Fucking sucked.
Yeah,
but now we're back.
Nothing really happened.
We're back, though.
Okay, well,
That's all
a lot of things happened,
There's
actually.
This virus that happened.
A lot of things. The coronavirus
Hey,
hit. We got a new CBA. We got the name and logo and jerseys of the new NHL team. And I also beat... Actually, no, I didn't beat any video game. I just played a shit ton.
Tony Hawk. Every day, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, actually,
Shades
you know what?
refuses to play Chell.
That is a lie.
Just letting everybody know.
I did beat one Tony Hawk game. Good times. But, yeah.
I was going to say, Brandon, I'm surprised you haven't made a Corona joke.
Oh, yeah. Have any beer you want as long as it's a Corona. Dom Toretto, baby. Fast and Furious. Classic.
But, yeah, no, dude, 28. To which Ranger are we dedicating
I said
this
Dom
episode
Moore,
to?
baby. I don't think I know any more 28s off the top of my head, honestly, from Rangers history.
I always felt bad for Don Moore.
There's probably a bunch I'm not remembering, but it's all right.
Wasn't his brother the one that got
Punched in the back of the head by Todd Bertuzzi and fucking done.
The dog pile killed him, not the punch. Because if you watch
Oh, did it actually?
40,
oh, shit.
All the bench is clear.
Oh,
and
shit.
Just everybody
That's
jumps
crazy,
on top.
dude. Yeah,
Pretty sure
Dom
it's
Moore's got, no luck. Then his, wife passed away also.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
man.
way to take a turn.
He was a monster.
Way to take a negative turn.
Seriously,
On
he was a
these last
monster.
4 months have been
Wait,
negative.
listen,
I
I'm just
haven't
saying,
watched hockey.
if we're going to dedicate it to anybody, it should be him. He's a beast.
Let's also not forget that John Scott wore number 28.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I said, I knew there was going to be people that I forgot.
Ty Domi.
Ty Domi, that's
Future
another
guest
guy,
John
yeah.
Scott.
Oh, Steve Lermer.
Okay.
Even though it was in 94, 95.
I knew there was going to be people I was missing, but Dom Moore was the first person that came to my head, so I'm just going to go with him.
Colton Orr, too.
Yes,
Fun.
Solno, another fucking guy I knew had it.
Current Ranger 2, Phil DiGiuseppe.
No, it's
Yeah, I mean, he wears 33 right now, but he must have wore it at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you guys want to start with Seattle Kraken?
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken?
Yeah, can't wait to go to the crack house.
That actually would have been a hilarious name for the
Yeah.
arena instead of Climate Pledge
Shout
Arena.
out Jeff Bezos.
I mean, dude, in all seriousness, if I was a fan of that team, I would want to be called the Seattle Kraken.
Although I'm talking shit, it's probably going to be the nicest arena actually in the NHL.
Yeah. Well, they also. I was on 31 Thoughts. They were like, "Hey, what if they decide to do something different and just make the ice green,
That'd be
or light
that'd be
blue
hilarious.
with the 94 anniversary thing?"
Oh, like
That'd be
NHL
kinda
94. That'd actually
Yeah.
be kind of sick.
We do it one game.
But
We do the preseason.
I think we all mutually agree though that the jerseys, the logo, are all
Yeah.
fire for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Those are sick. I think the name's growing on me. At first, I was kind of like, whatever.
I love
I mean,
it.
I figured
Right from the start.
that was kind of what everybody was saying it was going to be, so I think everybody was pretty right about that. But I will say I like the colors though, the dark blue, the light blue, and the red.
Yeah.
And what was you were saying? It's what is it like layers of the ocean minus the red.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty sick. I didn't even know about that. But then I was saying too, I was like, where the hell does that color scheme come from? Then then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Basically Seattle has had that color scheme in all their sports teams basically. The
Yeah.
Mariners.
I'm surprised they didn't do the lime green.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with that though. I feel like that's
Yeah.
basically every Seattle team. But yeah, they're going to be part of the expansion draft. That's 21-22 season is the expansion draft, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Who do you think will lose?
Oh, who do you think will lose?
Yeah.
Too early to tell.
Yeah, I
but,
don't know.
I
We
don't
don't even wanna-
go.
we'll have
I mean,
to-
the roster kind of stays the same. The only people that really change on this team are probably DiGiuseppe, Howden maybe. He might go. They might just get rid of him. He might end up going to Seattle.
I don't know. I think it's definitely too early to tell
Yeah.
also. But, I mean, we should definitely freaking come back to it, though, at some point and discuss it because that would be interesting.
Oh, definitely. So, we also got a new CBA since we last recorded. A lot is happening in the hockey world.
Yeah. The salary cap's going to stay at 81.5, right?
Until league revenues hit $4.8 billion.
What are they at now?
I have
Do you know?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I just that was the information I
Yeah,
found, and
that's a
I'm
lot
just
of money.
relaying it.
Now, there was other stuff in, like, the CBA, and that applies to, like, now. Like, that any players that get, like, injured and stuff like that, like, during this time, or if they get corona, they don't have to, like, disclose that information to the public. They kind of just, like, categorize all injuries and shit, like,
As unfit to play.
unfit to play.
Yeah.
So we're not actually going to know.
As if people weren't mad enough about like upper body injury, lower body injury.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
It's literally the most, like, general. I mean, whatever. I guess they have the right, like, the players, like, if they don't want people to know that they got hurt, you know. But what do you guys think how that's going to affect maybe even the expansion draft or just some teams' futures
Well,
now
I mean,
that the salary cap isn't going to go up like everybody thought it was?
well,
Because it was they didn't have like a solid number, but it was supposed to go up. What was it, between 84 and 86 million? It was supposed to go up
That was
though,
a
for sure, at
rumored
least
number.
a couple million.
Yeah. This was
So I
the
wonder if
team deal.
teams made moves thinking that was going to happen, and maybe went to get guys that they knew, like, okay, like, we're being cap shit now basically, but if this CBA happens, we'll probably be able to survive, you know.
Yeah.
It's like interesting to see what's going to happen with teams like Toronto and Tampa Bay. It's like,
Yeah. If we
what
had
the
the
fuck are they going to do?
if we had the
basically?
expanded money, I think you said 84 to 86 million.
Something like that. That was.
Yeah,
I mean,
new
that's
TV
is all
deal.
projection. It wasn't.
And
They
it's
didn't
funny
actually know.
because a lot of the players last year took either less money and like shorter deals because they know eventually that the money's going to come once they get the TV deals and they start expanding a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it looks like now.
I mean,
may
when
not
you think
happen
about
right
it too,
away.
it kind of messes with the Rangers for this season. Well, the end of this season.
believe it or not, it doesn't as much as you think it would.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. pretty much.
I mean, I'm just wondering how that's going to affect if we can
would-
re-sign some of those guys like Tony D,
Well,
Fost,
we have the $5 million
Strom.
now. I always forget we have the $5 million now because Shea's gone. And then once
yeah,
Tony-
that's
yeah,
right.
that
That's
helped
actually a good
us
point. I totally forgot
significantly
about
helped
that.
us.
I mean, I just don't know what kind of deal like Tony D is looking for
Probably
at the end of the
4
day.
to 5 million, around that. I don't think he's going above 6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he deserves that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not right away at least.
not for now.
I'd give him
I mean,
4.
but I will say though,
I give him
I would be willing to like negotiate him at higher only because like he obviously took like a pay cut to play with us this season.
Yeah.
So that says what kind of guy he is for the team, which is kind of sick.
Also, it looked
well,
really,
we did not have the cap space.
Yeah.
Like
True.
we legit didn't have the cap space.
True,
last
but I'm
year.
just saying like he doesn't seem like he's like that greedy. Like he could have been greedy and been like, no, that's it. You know.
It also looks really bad if we don't sign Tony or if we trade him, and then we also like last year we traded Pionk. He had 45 points this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pionk had a good year.
Well,
Actually.
you got to remember, like, the difference between the Rangers' top 6 this year and Winnipeg's top 6 next year. You didn't think,
Yeah.
I mean, this year, you didn't think
Yeah.
that helped them a little bit?
I mean, Pionk had a good year. I think a lot of people were like, from Winnipeg were like, who the fuck is Neil Pionk? You have to be kidding me.
I mean, they were still a terrible defensive team. But
Yeah.
That's
but hey.
beside the point.
I mean, well, good for him, though. At least he didn't shit the bed over there. But there was also some, like, funny stuff that I thought was interesting was with the return to play. Like, I don't know if did you guys watch any baseball at all by any chance? Like, over the last, like, couple weeks?
I watch Korean baseball.
Did you watch
was
MLB?
great.
Have you seen any MLB games this season?
Yeah.
Dude, the fake crowd noise in MLB is so bad.
Yeah.
It is so bad. That's why when I saw that they were going to start in the NHL games, they were going to use the EA Sports Shell freaking crowd noise. I was like, please, no. I hope it's not as bad as MLB's, but it's really not noticeable at all. Like, it's actually like the games, the return to play games, the exhibition games over the last 2 days were sick. All of them. Like I know that it's weird that when they pan and there's literally nobody in the stands, but I think it's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but they've done a pretty good job so far. And nobody's yelling "shoot" on the power play, which is always a bonus.
Yeah, how are they gonna know what to do now?
Well, that's
I don't know,
that's
man.
freaking
Shots are
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, the Rangers power plays, even if we yell at them to shoot, they're
Yeah,
still not
really.
going to shoot anyway, so it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, Shades' boy Kevin Hayes isn't affected by it at all.
No.
He's not shooting the puck anyway.
Nope, he's just getting pucks in front, deacon goalie down, scoring, baby. Not for nothing, though. Malkin literally passed him that puck. Like, I don't know what Malkin was doing. But you guys want to hop into some Rangers news? Or actually, you guys got anything else you want to add from in terms of anything else going around the league before we hop into directly Rangers?
Oh boy, what you got something
No,
on your mind?
I had some earlier. I kind of forgot.
I mean, I was just gonna. I had written down like just talking about how the league was like doing like a lot of precautionary stuff, like in the bubble and shit. Like they were, like they made it more easy for the guys like to get tested like more frequently and stuff. I was watching like intermission at like the Florida Panthers game yesterday. Even they got crushed by Tampa, but they were just talking about how they're like doing all the precautionary stuff. So it sounds like they got everything like under control, and how they're able to like make the testing easy. Like I think they can just use like a spit sample now at this point.
Yeah.
There's like 3 like stages of testing, I think,
Yeah,
and I think
there's
after a
like
while you can just like you just have to like spit. But apparently the process only takes like 5 minutes. Stepan said that it wasn't like inconvenience to the players at all. Like he said, it takes like 5 minutes. And then they have like every single day, they have like an app on their phone that they have to like fill out this like daily health like check from the app on their phone. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's like, it seems like they're doing pretty solid.
Yeah, they've done pretty well. I mean, I don't think they're really going to have a problem with it. I think they're all pretty much going to stay within their bubble. Baseball isn't going to do it because they just...
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be harder for them too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize that. Like, at first I was like, oh shit, like, they're stupid for not doing the bubble. But then I saw a couple of tweets where it's like, the baseball roster is like pretty... I think it's bigger than like most sports, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's probably
because like the
mainly
coaching
trainers.
staff
Yeah.
and trainers
It's
and
probably more trainers.
plus the pitching staff and all that shit. So I guess you have to if you're gonna go into a bubble, you would have to carry extra players, right? So it would probably be even more. Yeah, that's tough. But on the Rangers,
I don't see how a baseball bubble is even possible.
yeah, I don't think so. I think it's too big for sure. Plus, like people said too, it's like they weren't in the midst of their season already. Like we're playing the playoffs now, so of course it's going to be easier because it's just the playoffs,
Yeah, players care more too. They're like, it's not a regular season game. Like we could win.
Yeah. Oh, and that reminds me of one last thing too for the bubble. Freaking NHL is just so classy, dude. They send flowers and shit to all the guys' wives back home. Did you guys see that?
I did
No.
not see
Fucking
that.
sick, man.
I saw the they put pictures and stuff in
Yeah,
there
and then
of
they
their
did that.
family.
Yeah, they put pictures in their rooms,
Matt
like of their
Duchene brought his
family and
guitar.
shit. That's awesome. Oh yeah, he's gonna be shredding.
Yeah.
Fucking
They
Matt
had a,
Duchene.
they had an indoor golf simulator too. I saw.
Yeah, I
videos
did
doing
see that. Yeah, that was sick. Matt Duchene's just going to be up all night fucking playing jams, just getting smashed. He's going to forget to show up to the game. Nashville's going to lose the first game 5-0 because Matt Duchene fucking didn't show up. He's just up all night playing Nickelback on guitar.
Gotta love it.
But, yeah, let's hop into some Rangers news, some stuff I wrote down. Even though I feel like we may have talked... Well, we talked about on the last time that we were here that Lemieux was going to get suspended, but we didn't know for how many games. It only ended up being 2 games, which is like, honestly, the hit was so long ago. I'm trying to remember. I know it was against Winnipeg at the last game.
No, it was at
Colorado last game of the season, right? It was kind of like,
Donskoy.
yeah, it was kind of like blindsided hit, right? That's why they were.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it looked.
It was a
a little
stupid penalty.
unnecessary, basically.
Very
Yeah,
unnecessary.
he didn't hit him hard, but he kind of just.
He caught him off
skated
guard.
by.
It was kind of like a little whiplash, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 2 games for it.
It's something I would do, like growing up playing, and like I'd get stopped for it. But yeah, it's not even that big of a deal. I think he kind of flopped.
It kind of sucks to not have him for those first 2 games.
Yeah, our awful bottom 6.
Just
is
because
worse.
like he's just a shit starter. Like he just likes to get out there and just be like a little bit of a prick, basically.
Yeah.
To sum it up.
And especially against like a team like Carolina, like Sebastian Aho, you're gonna get under his skin very easily. Well,
That's true.
they have like a young, like good core. They have Teravainen, they have Aho,
Yeah, Carolina's got a good team. They picked up
Slavin.
Trocheck at the deadline, which is a good move for them. Obviously, Shea,
Who we all know is going to
Vatanen,
score
Sammy
against
Vatanen
us.
also. They shockingly on paper, their team is like their defense is still good even without having Dougie Hamilton and Pesci, and that's kind of scary.
Takes a huge hit, though.
Yeah, it does for sure, especially not having Hamilton. But on other Rangers notes that I had too, that apparently this is Anderson had posted what is the name of that? What is the name of that Swedish team?
HV71.
HV71. Okay, I didn't know if there was if that's just what they called it or.
Is it hockey?
Oh, okay, so it's like
V-
something
what is
sweet.
V
I
stand
got
for?
you.
I
So they're
don't
gonna the Rangers loaned him basically for the next season. I mean,
Tell him to get the fuck out.
honestly, I'm at this point in time, like I'm cool with him just going over there. Like
I really hope Seattle takes him in the expansion draft.
I could see
I
that.
would like
Because
for
we're
him,
not going to get anything
honestly,
for him.
I would like to see him get a real look at the NHL level first, because we all know that wasn't a real look this past season.
I could agree with you there, Shades. Only because we freaking. I mean, it was seventh overall or sixth overall. I forget.
Seventh.
Overall.
This is why
pick.
I'm the numbers guy.
7th overall pick. In the first round. So it's like, I feel like if they give him up to the expansion, like it would be kind of a waste. But I see what you're saying at this point, where it's just kind of like most people's attitudes are just like, dude, just get rid of this
Like, you're not
fucking
going to
guy.
get a first rounder for him. A second, probably not. Third, maybe.
That's all you could hope for is that he actually tears it up in Sweden and he comes over and he has more confidence.
But then again, that draft class really, other than the top like three to five guys, no one's really done anything.
That's true. That's
So
fair
it's kind
enough.
of hard to tell who.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty damn bad draft class.
And our center, that's kind of weird too, because you have Mika's number one, then you have Strome, who can play second center.
Well, if he
which-
resigns.
Yeah, if he resigns, and I think he would, because if you put up 60 points? What does he have? 50 or 60 points, whatever it is. If you have that playing with Panarin, I don't think you're gonna leave, especially if you live in New York, and you're gonna make decent money. I think they'll resign him.
Yeah. I mean, I would like him to resign just because, not to say that Panarin can't get any chemistry going literally with anybody, but it seemed like they had a
works
pretty
well.
good. They seemed like they had a pretty good amount of chemistry with that line.
You'd
for
rather
sure.
not worry about it than seeing like, oh, can he do it with Hedel?
Yeah. And now I don't know if that also impacts them re-signing Fost as well. I mean, but I hope our future line isn't going to be fucking Strome, Fost, and Panarin. But, whatever. If that's... I mean, you can't deny that they were actually pretty good this season.
Yeah.
on the funny part
I mean,
of things.
we're starting to get. I don't think we're fully there yet. I think we got kind of lucky this year with getting to the playoffs, but we're not a full like contending team year in year out.
Yeah.
That's where Foss would be really good for us. But I think he's better off going somewhere else where he could play.
Yeah, I mean,
the
if he
fourth
if he
line.
wants, it really is going to come down to probably how much money he wants at the end of the day.
And he
If he's
hasn't-
willing to
he hasn't
take
made
some
a
sort
lot.
of like lower end deal for maybe even like a year or two, then I feel like the Rangers are going to re-sign him. But if he wants anything over like $3 million, I just can't see the Rangers re-signing him.
No, I literally sent a text earlier today that said, if he wants $4 or $5 million, he can fuck off. That was the exact text I sent.
Oh my god. Yeah, but another thing I had written down also was we had our boy Panarin, obviously nominated for the Hart Trophy. Guy had a freaking unreal season. Literally also voted by the Rangers yesterday. I saw that. I guess those were just personal accolade awards for the team, but he was the MVP of the Rangers too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
Yeah, Mark Stahl got snubbed.
yeah. Yeah, Mark Stahl.
Good thing
Ashley Smith.
Good, Woj, good thing you didn't say that a second earlier. I would have choked on my water.
Nah, but I mean, dude, basically, it's gonna be an insane. I hate to have to make that decision for MVP. Also, what was the name of the other award? It's not the
Stephen McDonald.
no, not the Stephen McDonald. The other award,
Jennings. I mean,
Jennings.
no, not. What's
Is it the
no,
master-
no, the Ted Lindsay.
Ted Lindsay Award.
Oh.
So that's voted on by the players, the Ted Lindsay Award, and the Hart's nominated on by, I think, just like that's the difference basically between the Hart and those awards. One's voted on by the players, the other one's voted on by like the crew. What's
The writers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could talk about. I mean, geez, it basically could go to all three though. It can go to Draisaitl, Panarin, or McKinnon. I really don't think they can make a bad choice there, to be honest.
I think the award, like, I don't know if you call it a system, but the way they have the award set up is just ass backwards.
Basically,
never
it's like
makes any sense.
basically whoever has the most points, which
Yeah,
is why if I
make
had
that
to
one.
actually make a
That's
choice,
the
like I
Ross,
said
right?
Draisaitl only because he had 40 goals, 110 points.
So the Ross is the most points, right?
Art Ross is technically, that's
Yeah,
the most
so
points award.
It's
Just keep
Draisaitl.
it to that. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
most valuable player to the team. I don't know, compare somehow the stats or whatever, or take a vote. Whether it's McKinnon or Panarin,
Yeah.
Draisaitl, he has McDavid on his team.
That's true.
I mean, you can't pick your teammates, but
True.
No, that is something that's going to work against them. I personally,
True.
my pick is McKinnon.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to make a new trophy, like the Dan Girardi trophies for a defenseman that actually plays defense.
Dan Girardi.
Wait, hold on. Actually plays defense or just goes completely
Dan
out of his way to block as many shots as
the
humanly possible?
Dan Girardi Awards, most block shots. That should be an award.
Yeah, I mean,
And, well, I would nominate that anybody from Columbus Blue Jackets would win that award every year because John Tortorella just makes fucking
give
everybody
John
block
Tortorella the
shots.
Norris Trophy. he'll be up for it.
Yeah, but like-
dude, I would love to see the press conference after that.
Like you were saying, Shades, though, with McKinnon, I mean, they had a lot of injuries. Rantanen was out, right?
Yeah,
Landeskog was out.
Yeah.
Did I just say Lantanen?
You did. You said
Rantanen and
Yeah, it's
Landeskog
the
were
other
out
Finnish guy.
Yeah.
like
I mean, listen,
significant periods of time.
the guy's an absolute monster. There's no denying it. But then also I read on NHL.com, too, when I was reading into it, another thing, Panarin also has played less minutes than those guys, too, with way less of line mates.
Nathan McKinnon has also appeared on an episode of Trailer Park Boys.
That's true. That
Give
should
him the
automatically
award for
put
that.
him over the top. That should be taken into consideration,
Yeah,
even though it wasn't in the same. I'm pretty sure that was like
Sure.
last year, but that still should count.
He's trying to find out who Ricky is, who stopped getting him to attend his camps. He finds out they're selling weed and making weed in the rink.
You guys, all right. I think I got enough Rangers news, but let's talk about the freaking Rangers Islanders last night.
Yeah, not good.
What's just the initial
No.
thoughts?
Good first period,
Yeah.
pretty bad second
we
half
just-
of the game. Lundqvist
Honestly-
looked great. Shesterkin looked pretty damn good.
I would say it was out of all the games that were on yesterday, it was probably the
Yeah,
slowest
least
paced
entertaining.
game,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and that has to do with the Islanders. I'm just gonna blame them.
That's
Yeah.
Barry Trotz in his system.
Yeah, I mean the Islanders were playing like it was fucking Stanley Cup Game 7, 5 guys back, protecting a one goal lead in the third, but in an exhibition game. But
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, I think either Panarin or Zibanejad, I don't know if Quinn told him, he's like, hey, take the night off. Like,
Dude,
just go out there.
Zibanejad looked pretty damn bad last
There
night.
was there was
They
definitely
probably
a
just
lot of
didn't care.
questionable things that were going on. I mean, I said to Shades at one point, I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on, but it looks like Zibanejad actually needs to get his skate sharpened because he must have fell like 5 times. He actually looked I couldn't believe it, but I'm just going to pretend that it never happened because it's an exhibition game, so I'm sure he'll turn it on when he has to. Same thing with Panarin. He's Russian, dude. He'll turn it on when he has to. He was probably hammered with drinking vodka before the game. But, he's just dude, also Panarin kind of like not he obviously he didn't score or get any points, but it's just like he always just looks like he's never trying.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
part
same
of his
way Manny
style.
Gaborik was.
He's basically Russian Pat Kane.
Yeah.
Pat Kane also just never looks like they're actually trying. You just look at them and you're like, dude, like, can you just look like you can give a little more effort, please?
And
Like,
then
I
he
know
goes out
you
there
don't
and
need
puts,
to,
3
but
points.
like, just fucking make it look like it, Like, Jesus Christ. And also,
Yes.
also to add to the game.
You guys think
This is literally just like the theme of yesterday. It's just like, why were the refs going so hard all day with the penalty calls? What the hell was that, dude?
I can't remember.
Dude, and that wasn't just in a Rangers game. Like, they were calling so much shit in all the games. The Washington and Carolina games, like, every other minute there was a penalty. Like, dude, can you just, like, let them play for Christ's sakes? Like, every single little thing was a penalty. I hope that's not how it's going to be in the playoffs because it's going to be fucking annoying.
I personally don't care because I don't really give 2 shits about exhibition games.
But I'm saying if
Yeah.
that's an indication to if they're going to be calling the playoffs like that, it's going to be a long fucking playoffs.
I can't remember exactly like which one. It was probably the first.
There
or
was
the
a couple,
second, but there
dude.
was one.
Oh,
Foss,
my God.
I don't know who it was. It was one of the Islanders players. I think it might have been Brassard. He takes a one-timer, and as he goes down on one knee, Foss missed his stick and goes behind him and like picks up his jersey a little bit with the blade of his stick.
Penalty
Penalty.
hooking. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then the Brendan Lemieux embellishing call. Like, did he get tripped? Yeah. Okay, well, he also embellished it. Then he didn't get tripped. He just faked it.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, it's,
Don't give him anything at all.
That's
Give
what
one or the other.
I don't actually agree with the embellishments. It's like, how are you going to call? It's called one or the
No,
other.
that was definitely embellishment. On
well,
him.
then
No, I'm
call
not
them
saying
you
definitely.
then.
Then either don't call it or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give him the.
It doesn't make any sense. But I wrote more notes down during the game too.
I could have sworn that was a high stick and not a trip. So
I just thought they were going a little too hard for exhibition. Yeah. That's all I was saying. But obviously
Tony D's slash too when like Nelson or somebody cut in against Igor and he just tagged him on on the leg.
Yeah, anything that involves like hitting player now, like even if you baby tap them with it, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, let's move on. I'm sick of exhibition game talk.
True. You don't want to. All right, we can screw it then. I was just going to talk like you kind of said. I mean, Shesty looked good, Hank looked good. We'll sum it up. Shesty and Hank looked good. Our forwards,
I pretty much summed it up in the first 30
honestly,
seconds.
our forwards were really not looking that good, to be honest with you, minus like Fost, Kako, Hedl.
Hedl scored a goal. That's all that matters.
Everybody else was just kind of there. Anything to add from
good in the beginning?
Yeah, Gauthier was solid in the beginning, then just kind of disappeared. Anything else to add from the defensive end of things?
Stahl and Truba did not let...
No, it was Smith. Smith and
Truba. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps thinking Stahl from that tweet. Smith and Truba did not give up a shot, I think.
It was
Lee Barzell and I forgot the third guy.
Yeah, basically in 10 minutes of them playing full even strength against the Islanders' top line, Lee Barzell, Eberle, they had 0 shot attempts in 10 minutes on 5-on-5, and the Rangers outshot them 12-0. I mean, didn't get anything for us, so I guess it's kind of a useless stat. We still lost, but whatever. It was a cool one that Rick Carpinello brought up from The Athletic. All right, so...
Now that we're talking about a Rangers game, let's talk about predictions for the Rangers and the Hurricanes.
We could do a little series breakdown, little predictions at the end if you guys want.
It's a 5-game series, right?
5-game series, best of 5.
Rangers in 3.
You got Rangers in the sweep?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I personally have Rangers in 5.
I got Rangers. Yeah, I'm going to go Rangers in 4.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's not the old
I think
Rangers,
Carolina...
It's the new one. So maybe they won't go to the last single game of the series like they do every game.
I say Rangers in 4. I mean, I think there's some various options. I mean, there's various reasons why I think the Rangers are going to win the series. I mean, people would say I'm biased. It's a fucking Rangers podcast, but I mean, I think we can make a good enough point. Anybody, you guys want to start off? Like, what do you think gives the Rangers edge?
The only reason I'm picking the Rangers is because both Pesce and Hamilton are out.
Yeah.
If they were both in, my pick would be Carolina with no second guessing myself.
I don't know. I mean, we beat them 4 times this year.
They also outplayed us pretty badly 3 out of those 4 games.
Yeah.
True.
True.
I mean, for me, one of the differences is that at the end of the day, their goaltending is really not that good. I mean,
actually, Reimer was actually playing.
Oh, Reimer
he was having
bad.
a pretty good season.
But when I look at their goaltending, it's like they have to choose between Mrazek and Reimer. Like, they're trying to figure out which is going to be the worst of the 2 goalies. Like, they have their goaltending situation is like so much different than ours. Basically, I feel like we could be good. Don't matter who the hell we put in there. Also, like, for them, it could actually be a difference maker. Like, Mrazek was pretty good last playoffs. I mean, he got fucking absolutely lit up yesterday by Washington, but that's,
Yeah. Their offense isn't that good. They have Aho, Teravainen, Trocheck, right?
Yeah, they picked up Trocheck at the deadline. I mean, I'm not going to lie. From the exhibition game, he was fucking buzzing. So I'm just going to assume that he's going to be a pain in the ass all series because he looked like he was flying around.
Justin Williams isn't.
No, Justin Williams is playing. Yeah, he's he's actually in their top 6.
Yeah, Mr. Game 7. There's no Game 7, so we don't have to worry about him.
I always pronounce his name wrong. Fucking, how do you pronounce it?
Slavin?
No, the Russian kid.
Oh, Svechnikov.
Svechnikov, there you go.
Yeah,
Mr. fucking lacrosse goal himself. I mean, he's nasty too.
I forgot.
I'm not saying that their team's bad, but I just think, like Shade said, to add missing Hamilton and Pesci for them is pretty big. They still have some good defensemen. I mean, obviously I don't think Brady Shea is going to be that big of a factor, but if he scores, he's going to piss every Rangers fan off.
I'm expecting him to score, so when he does score, I won't be as mad.
I mean, he didn't look that good, honestly. So
he didn't look that good for us either.
True. So I'm sure we'll follow. But just some notes though about the Rangers. Like, we did beat Carolina 4-0. Like Shade said, we did get like heavily outshot, which is part of the reason why I feel like if our goaltending is solid, we can most likely beat them. Just some season stats though. I mean, Zibanejad was actually like led the league technically in goals per game. He had like, because he also missed some time during the season.
0.72.
Yeah, 0.72. Not whatever. But I mean, the biggest factor would be, at least I wrote it down as Panarin. Can they actually stop Panarin?
No.
I just think with the defense, what their defense right now without Hamilton, I don't know, dude. It's like if Zibanejad is on, and if that top line is on, Buchnevich looked good. Zibanejad, like I said, I'm just gonna pretend that game never happened because it was exhibition. And Kreider, it's big having Kreider back.
Yeah, just go at one of the goalies.
But yeah, exactly. Kreider's gonna run all the goalies out. No, but seriously, if that top line for us can be solid, to me that's gonna be overwhelming for Carolina. Because then Panarin's on the second line, he could just tear it up like he does all year. I mean,
the third line, I don't think people really think about it that much, just because they're all
that's
young,
true though too. Yeah,
Hito and Kakko, and then you have Di Giuseppe, who's pretty good also.
Yeah, I mean, Hito and Kakko looked really good. And
if both of them play like they did, the Rangers' chances increase.
For sure.
I think if they decide to play like they were before the break, the Rangers' chances heavily decrease.
There's no way the two of them play worse. I mean, they weren't even playing that terrible. Hito was really good. Kakko was okay here and there, but neither of them are going to play as bad as they did before. I don't see that happening.
No, neither do I.
Yeah. Especially on a third line. Who's Carolina's third line?
I just
Probably
looked at this
nobody.
last night, and I already forgot.
Yeah. I can't even name their full top six.
I mean, their fourth line is pretty much significantly better than ours, so that is definitely in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, they might have some more forward.
Overall defensively as a team also.
Yeah.
True.
But they got Brady Shea. He's going to fall down every shift.
Just for some reason, it's kind of like, you know how Toronto could just never beat fucking Boston? I feel like Carolina could just never beat the Rangers. Yeah. It's just like one of those things. Like, it doesn't matter how good their team is. Like, it's like the hockey gods just will not let them beat the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Hurricanes' third line is Niederreiter, Trocheck, and Natchez. So
yeah, Trocheck is nasty.
That's advantage them. I'm sorry, but that's advantage them.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we have two rookies on the line, and an AHL guy.
I mean, who's their fourth line?
It was.
So my shit just backfired on me.
Warren Fogle, Ryan DeZingle, and Jordan Martinook.
Listen, their team's not bad by all means, but the Rangers just gotta focus on a couple things. One, please don't turn the fucking puck over when you're coming out of the zone. We got to tighten up the defense in front of the net for sure.
That was a problem all season.
Yeah.
I forgot Carolina had the guy from Superbad.
Oh, yeah. Fogle.
Take off the vest.
But I think from the Rangers standpoint, like, I think Carolina might actually have the better team minus goaltending. Defensively,
that goes without saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have better top line forwards than they do, though. But they have more depth than us.
I think on paper they have the better team, but then if you look, we were what? How many points behind them?
Like 8.
We were.
Yeah,
we were 1 win. Wait,
I think we were like 8 points behind them.
No, that just makes.
I mean, the Rangers were at the end of the season though. The Rangers were buzzing. I mean, we were 11-5-1 in the last 17. And we also we scored a shit. I don't know how I didn't realize this, considering I watched every game. But we scored a shit ton of goals this season. We were fucking fifth.
Never mind. We were 2 points behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know we were at 8 points,
dude.
We shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
I think I got it mixed up with another series.
Dude, we were. Did you guys even know that we were 5th in the league in scoring this year? I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, dude,
I couldn't even believe that, dude.
Bro, I was looking up stats the other
night.
NHL.com.
NHL.com.
Every other stat would suggest otherwise. but for whatever reason,
That's
goals
why
scored
those-
was up there.
That's
Well, I
why
mean, yeah, when you have two guys, when you have Panarin put up 95 and then Mika put up 70,
40 goals too.
70. What did he have last year? 71 or 2. He had one more above. I think this year. And he put.
And he missed games too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Tony had 50 points. Strome had, I think he had 60. I still don't know. I never checked.
But that's one thing too about like the
When was the
whole
last time we
dynamic.
had scoring that good?
The whole dynamic all season. I was reading it's that guy from Barstool, the Rangers guy.
Oh, 6'10".
Yeah, he wrote an article talking about how like not like shorting Panarin, but he was just saying how like because Zibanejad was so good all season, it let Panarin be even more like just kind of free because Zibanejad was like playing against teams' top lines and still dominating. And then Panarin's kind of playing against the middle of the lineup kind of guys, which is he's going to obviously destroy, But I guess another decision that Quinn's going to have to make, not that yesterday made it any easier, but I'm going to assume that they're going to go with Shesty to start. I mean,
yeah.
Yep.
If it was a 7-game series, I'd give Hank the first one, maybe 2.
I'm interested to see what happens because if we lose game 1 and Shesty looks shaky, do they go with Hank? I mean,
I think they would have to at that point.
I think so too, personally. And Blomqvist looked fucking solid yesterday.
Yeah.
And of course, Rangers, as soon as Hank comes in, they start playing like crap compared to the first half of the game.
It's the same thing. Like I noticed it with the Giants. Like when Eli was playing, the whole entire team was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like their
Daniel
motivation
Jones comes in.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, the defense
now they're
is
making
still
blocks
shitty,
now.
but,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
it's like something inside like their head. Like I don't know what it is.
All right, so let's move on to the next matchup since we all have the Rangers. Let's move on to the Islanders versus the Panthers, since we're on a New York team.
Yeah, Keith Yano's putting up like 14 points this series.
I got Islanders in 4.
I also think the Islanders are going to win that series as well.
Yeah, I'll go Florida.
I
4.
I think Islanders are going to. I think
Playing devil's
I'm actually
advocate.
gonna. I'm actually gonna go Islanders in 3. Honestly,
I say Bobrovsky steals 1 game.
he couldn't stop a fucking beach ball yesterday.
That's
so
why I said 1 game.
I said hopefully he doesn't fucking start off
think
like
he'll
he
be
did
good.
yesterday. I don't know. I mean,
Florida's team's like actually pretty good.
To be fair, though,
I don't know what it is.
They're a train wreck defensively, and their forward
to
group
be
is
fair-
inconsistent.
Defense is Strawman, Yandel, Ekblad. People just don't care about him enough because he was I think he was first overall.
Yeah, in 2014.
Yeah, I mean, who else is on that? Pissick. Like,
Listen.
it's a solid team, but like again, I don't know. Maybe it's just their bottom 6 isn't good.
Well, and
Bobrovsky
also,
can't fucking
I don't
cover.
understand. I didn't really quite understand the Trocheck trade as much for Florida, but
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
didn't really make too much sense. I mean, that was a good trade for Carolina.
What
but-
did they get back?
I don't even.
What
think
did they get back?
Yeah, for Trocheck.
Oh, wasn't it like
I don't think it was really anything.
wasn't it like
significant.
3 prospects and a draft pick
Oh, maybe.
or something like that?
I think I do agree with you, Shades. I think just the Islanders.
Dude, they're much better defensively.
They're much better defensively for sure. I think,
And unfortunately, they don't score much, but you know what to expect out of their forwards. You don't know.
but
You don't know.
but
what to
they're the
expect
type
out
of team though.
Florida's forwards.
They can freaking lock up a one goal lead. Like and
Yeah, they
that's
really
that's
did
Trotz's fucking style, dude. It's like
we could also
you
thank,
score 1 and then next thing you know they're just locking it up 5 back the whole game. But we'll see what happens though, because listen, Florida also has some nasty guys up front.
Yeah.
Barkov is nasty. Huberdeau is sick.
Huberdeau's
Dadonov.
arguably the most underrated player.
Ekblad
in the
on
league.
point. They got Yandel.
Dadonov.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have all these guys, and they just never take the next step.
Yeah.
That's part of the
Well,
reason
It should
why
be
I'm
an
picking.
interesting series. I mean,
the
I don't know if
I also
I don't know if I'm necessarily looking forward to this series. I mean, they have met in the playoffs previously. That was when Yager was on Florida, and they lost.
Good. Yager on Florida. Good times.
They did lose though to the Islanders back when the Islanders had Tavares, but I don't know. I mean, that one's kind of up in the air for me. I guess all the series are kind of up in the air, but if I had to choose, I would probably go Islanders.
I'm going Islanders.
Fuck.
I'm gonna
No,
stay Florida.
I'll say Florida just to
Fuck
say
it,
it.
stay
But
with
I mean,
it.
I know the Islanders are good. I know they play good defense.
Thank
That's how you
you.
win in the playoffs.
Thank you for playing devil's advocate.
Also, you have.
Well, I was gonna say you could thank Barry Trotz for playing a defensive system because now Seattle's gonna offer Sheet Barzal to come back to where you played junior, and
Totally possible.
They don't have a superstar anymore.
But honestly, though, I feel like another point for the Islanders here is that, like, if Florida, like, if Bobrovsky doesn't play well, who they go with in goalie? Honestly, I don't even know who their backup is. Now, the Islanders, whoever they decide to start, Varlamov or Greiss, I feel like they have two. They have two good. They have two good. They're both solid. That's another thing too. I feel like plays into it.
Yeah. What's the next series?
The next series.
Are we doing more?
Yeah, we're doing all 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's go to Toronto, Columbus. I got Toronto in 5.
Columbus in 4.
All right.
My God, dude. I mean, I think after last year, you can't even literally. You
Actually,
can't even
no,
count.
you know what? No,
you can't even count Columbus out at this point. Like, I think if they can play them like they played Tampa, I think that Columbus could win in 5. But I just think right now that part of me wants to pick Columbus, but 2 years of them in a row taking out a powerhouse offensive team. I think I'm going to go with Toronto in 4. I just think I think those guys could come through. Matthews,
well, you got to
Tavares.
remember Tampa wasn't playing for anything the last 15 games of the season.
True.
Last year, Columbus
it's not
was fighting for a
it's
spot
not
the whole time.
Boston, so I'm going to go with Toronto.
It's Toronto. Oh, they're not playing in. I don't know if it really matters. They are playing in Toronto, but
I think they're gonna win that series in 4.
It's
Wait,
also
Toronto.
They have Sheldon Keefe now. They don't
Just
have,
think that their team offensively is just. Listen, they lost to Boston last year, right? I mean, Boston was fucking nasty. So, I just think that, I mean, on paper it makes sense for them to win, but Columbus is just you never can count them out with John Tortorella. He always has these guys just playing way above their.
For what they
way
lost,
ahead.
Columbus still is a pretty good team.
No, they're
it's
not bad.
Great, but
yeah,
it's
no,
pretty solid. Yeah. But also, now it's Toronto with Sheldon Keefe, not Toronto with Mike Babcock.
Yeah, it's same problems with the team.
The whole problem with Babcock was when he was coaching the Leafs is that if he didn't like what Matthews did for one shift, he'd sit him. It's like, dude, you fucking pay this guy $10 million. You play him every minute you get a chance to, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, but even with Keefe, the team's major flaws on the ice were still
defense.
the same.
Yeah, defense is just not good. They're always getting hurt by injuries.
Babcock was just the scapegoat. So
what's the
but he also just never played his guys.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. But he also was a scapegoat for an issue that Dubas refused to address properly.
Well, Dubas is 14. What do you expect?
12. I'm just kidding. But Toronto struggles against defensively sound teams.
Yeah.
As we know. That's why I have them in 5 and not any lower.
True. I mean, I would love to see that series go 5.
Personally, I would love to see Columbus win, but I just don't think they're going to.
We
all know how the Maple Leafs start off their seasons. Matthews is just a machine.
I just think that those guys offensively, Tavares is a little older. He's got a little more rest too. I just feel like they can come together and win. What do you got? All right, so what's the next series? Shades in the East?
Pittsburgh, Montreal, Pittsburgh in 3.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's also going to whip their ass.
I have no faith in Carey Price to even steal a game. This is...
I don't understand why that was such a big thing. Like really? Do his numbers even suggest that he's that good in the playoffs? Honestly, Price. I feel like he's so overrated, dude.
Yeah. He kind of... Well, the last 3 seasons, he has been.
This fucking guy has an 890 save percentage, and Chell gives him a 94 overall. They suck him off so hard. Pisses me off.
No, dude, Penguins have a pretty deep team.
Listen, the Penguins now that they got Gensel back too, forget about it, dude. They're buzzing.
Who you going with, Woj?
I guess Pittsburgh in 3.
I agree with that.
I mean, it's Montreal being probably the last team to get into the playoffs, and
they literally were.
Yeah, I mean,
Pittsburgh
has 2 really good goalies. Montreal maybe has 1. Defense, I'd give to Pittsburgh. Yeah, and offense, just Pittsburgh's just completely better.
I would say much better top stars, much deeper, and also,
you can also just never count Pittsburgh's defense out. They could have an old guy with a cane, a guy they could have a garbage can. Somehow Crystal Tang's back, and he plays like the Pittsburgh Penguins like roster defensively when they won the last Stanley Cup. You're just like, how did we let them how did teams let them win with that defensive roster?
Also, Montreal was sellers at the deadline too, so they took themselves even more out of it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, for good reasons, because they were not going to make the playoffs under normal circumstances. So
yeah. Which is why this also makes this whole play-in thing more interesting, because there's so many more teams that obviously wouldn't have made it. But yeah, I agree with you there, Shades. I think just obviously Crosby, Malkin, all those guys, Gensel being back, they got weapons.
Yeah, Montreal doesn't have bright spots either. Like, you don't know if Domi's gonna play.
Yeah, I mean their brightest spot is
Gallagher's
probably
good, but I think
center Deneau. He's
Deneau's
pretty
really
nice
good.
though. He's good.
I think he was fifth in contention for the Selke.
Yeah,
Him and Sorelli.
The kid's solid.
All right, let's move on to the West now. So let's go Nashville, Arizona first.
Yotes 3.
Yotes 5.
I also think the Yotes are going to win that series too.
How many games you got?
I'm doubting my pick of Arizona though, because I'm thinking about it.
I don't think Nashville plays Rene. I think they go Saros, and then their defense.
Because you got to remember too. I mean, their fucking offense isn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they could win. I mean, they have Yossi, who's arguably one of the best defensemen in the NHL. Also have Matt Duchene now, who was buzzing yesterday. Today, I should say.
On the bench.
And he's also might be playing Nickelback. Well, that's the thing too. Is Duchene gonna get hammered playing guitar all night? Is he actually gonna make the games? If he plays Nickelback on acoustic guitar, you can forget about it. That's fucking Nashville in 3. Well, dude, I do think I want to see this game. Series. I want to see the series. Sorry, I want to see the series go 5, and I think I'm gonna pick Nashville in 5, just because I feel like Nashville's power play has been pretty shit over the last, this season, shockingly. And I think even last season it was kind of declining. It looked like they had their shit together today. But they have weapons too, man. I mean,
Philip
Forsberg, Arvidsson, also Ryan Ellis on the back end.
Yeah.
And Ekholm.
Johansson. Who else is there? Fuck, I'm blanking on it.
They used to have Fiala, but he's on Minnesota now.
But, I mean, not for nothing, though. Arizona's pretty stacked as well.
Yeah, Connor Garland, Taylor Hall.
Dude, I'm going Arizona because they're slightly better with the special teams. The goaltending is
Kemper's
arguably second to none.
Yeah.
Right now. Nashville's a team trending in the wrong direction. Arizona hasn't made the playoffs since 2012. They got something to prove. And plus, you got Taylor Hall playing for a contract.
True.
So,
yeah,
they got plenty of motivation. And they also have
Derek Stepan, Kessel, Keller.
Oh, yeah.
They got a stacked team. Chikrin on the back end, Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Yeah, see, I honestly I wasn't a fan of how Arizona was playing after the trade deadline, but I got a feeling they're going to pull this one out.
Like Biz said, though, seriously, they do have one of the best. That's probably Arizona's best team on paper for sure. How the fuck do I know the Arizona roster so well? It's because I have them in franchise. How did you just name all those players? Also, Mike Grabner. Let's not forget about him.
I mean, they also had Jarmelson. And he was no one ever they talked about
Demers
him. He
too.
was underrated on Chicago, but I mean he's getting older, but he still gets the job.
Wait a second, they don't have Tony D and Fox like I do in franchise. Oliver Ekman-Larsson obviously too, nasty. But yeah, I would like to see. I mean, I love Arizona, so I don't know why I picked Nashville, but whatever, we'll see what happens.
So you're still picking Nashville?
I'm gonna still go Nashville just because I like the way they played today. So.
All right, so Brendan with Nashville in 5, me with Arizona in 5, Woj with the Yotes in 3. All right, being bold.
You guys going to do Chicago?
No. I'm saving that one for last. Let's do Minnesota versus Vancouver next. I got Vancouver in 4.
Yeah, I think Vancouver's also going to win that. Vancouver in 3. They just got their. It's like Whit was saying on Chickle. It's literally they're the complete polar opposite teams. Basically, Minnesota has 25 veterans and Vancouver just has so many young guys.
Dude, not gonna lie, this is probably the top 2 series that I'm not looking forward to the most. The other one being the Islanders Panthers, just because of how Trotz's system is.
Yeah. I mean, I would
in all
say,
seriousness,
I would say too.
I got nothing against the actual
I'm definitely
players
not,
on the ice.
I'm definitely not looking forward to this one as well. But I would say I think you have to give a slight edge to Vancouver. I mean, their offense is just so disgusting. And let's not even forget, too, I mean, Markstrom did go down with an injury, but now he's back to one of the best goalies.
Yeah, Dubnyk's not having the best season.
Yeah, Dubnyk's numbers not good.
JT Miller was a huge addition for them. They also picked up
He had basically his best season ever, I would say.
They also picked up Pearson, Toffoli, and Beagle, which gives them plenty of playoff experience too. So
yeah, their
it's just
team is
everything is pretty much in favor.
Quinn Hughes on the back end, Patterson. They got a really good team. Except
Minnesota's got the better defensive core, and they're not the better defensive team, ironically.
But they also have Zuccarello. Let's not forget about that. Eric Stahl, Zuccarello. I mean, they have some veteran guys for sure.
That's probably one of the most boring teams on the NHL.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
I mean, Vancouver is fun to watch. They're freaking dynamic. Yeah. They're nasty. I think Vancouver in 3, though. I think they have too much offensive firepower.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vancouver in 5. I've been saying for a while that Minnesota just needs to go do a rebuild.
Yeah, seriously.
As soon as you get Parise and Suter, fucking 12 million year deals. That's 12-year deals. Worth like $8 million each or whatever.
Dude, I was reading an article a while back, and I forget the exact term that was used, but Minnesota was basically referred to as
trash.
No. Like the elite of the amateur teams, or the elite of the mediocre teams. And I was just like, you know what? I kind of agree with that.
The Zuccarello signing made no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy.
No, it didn't. Dude, it didn't make sense for Zuccarello or the team.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for Zuccarello, he got paid, so I guess it wasn't too bad for Zook.
I mean, but if he really wanted to win, why would you go there?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he really wanted to at that point.
All right, anyway, let's not talk about Zook. Don't make me sad. Let's move on to the next one. We got 6 down so far, 2 left. Calgary versus Winnipeg.
To me, this is going 5 games.
I honestly disagree with you. Really?
What did you put? Calgary in 4?
I don't know. I don't know why I acted surprised there. But I got Winnipeg, and
why do you have Winnipeg? I'm just curious.
I do not trust Calgary when it comes to the playoffs, and there was that whole thing with Gaudreau during the return to play camp.
That was blown out of proportion, though. That he was out of shape.
He was eating too many ham and cheese.
I don't know, dude. Biz said that got blown out of proportion.
He wasn't practicing with his top line mates either. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it was
but still,
first few games back.
Yeah, but if he's out of shape, he doesn't deserve it. I mean, dude, he's like 5'3", 100 pounds. Of course, he's still going to be flying.
And also, if you got to remember though, Winnipeg's top 6 and their goaltending was just elite this year.
True, but they're another team that constantly they're another team that constantly chokes in the playoffs.
They've only made the playoffs like twice.
Winnipeg?
Yeah.
What do you mean twice?
Dude, they haven't made the playoffs as much as you think.
They've lost a shit ton to Chicago back in the day.
That was back in the dude. Since I started watching hockey, the Jets have made the playoffs like twice.
No way, dude. The Jets have made the playoffs more than twice. Shades, they haven't missed the playoffs. I don't.
Oh, they had to have 1 year because they picked.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Dude,
they haven't always.
No, they made the playoffs the last 2 years, and I think before that 2015, and I think before that it was before 2012.
I was just thinking recent then.
And 1 year they got matched up against Anaheim, who was on fire at the time. They stood no chance. They got swept. They made the conference final 2 years ago. That year they were pretty good, but other than that, they didn't really have a good playoff team to.
They've been one of the better Canadian teams
over the last few years.
And plus, they became Atlanta before.
I mean, Winnipeg's power play is definitely better for sure.
Like they somehow made the playoffs this year without Bufflin. They also lost Trouba.
I will say this though.
I don't know who else.
If Rittich plays like his October self, the series can definitely go to Calgary.
They also have Cam Talbot now. Don't forget about him
too. Yeah, I don't know. Just something. Like, my brain is conditioned to pick against Calgary because it's a team that just does not show up at the playoffs.
I mean, for me, I just think I can't wait to see Kachuk just because he's a fucking maniac.
No, but
he's going to be a
Kachuk's
monster.
Going to change it. I think
he's going to be a monster.
Who's going to be really good in the playoffs?
Yeah, for
Gaudreau
sure.
just had a shit year last year in the playoffs and kind of had a shit year this year.
They got a pretty good defense though too.
Yeah, Rasmus Anderson, Noah Hannafin.
Giordano.
Yeah, on paper they do, but neither team was really that good defensively this season. So
I think it's up in the air, honestly. That's why I said I mean I think it can go 5, but I think if there is going to be a difference maker, it could be goaltending, but also special teams.
At least Calgary
Winnipeg's
has
power
like 3 or
play
4.
is, I will say that, Shades. Winnipeg's power play is nasty.
Yeah. Calgary has at least 3 or 4 real NHL defensemen. Winnipeg has Pionk and Niku.
Morrissey.
That's it. Yeah, Morrissey. That's not even.
All right, so
No, we'll Calgary in 4.
Woj, Calgary in 4. Brendan,
I got Calgary in 5.
Calgary in 5. I got Winnipeg in 4. So let's move on to the best player in the league's team, the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid's Edmonton Oilers versus the Blackhawks. I got Oilers in 3.
Yeah, I got Oilers in 4. I'll give Chicago one. I'll give
Hawks.
Chicago 1 game.
Hawks in 5.
Being bold, I like it.
Yeah, no,
I mean, listen,
No, but I seriously have Edmonton in 3. I don't think Chicago stands a chance.
Tear his ACL in the first game. Draisaitl's just gonna say fuck it. We'll just try again next year.
You can't sleep on Chicago though. Like
Kirby Doc's gonna go.
Doc is
Kirby
nasty.
Doc's really good.
Kubelik is nasty.
Kubalik put up 30
Obviously,
goals
don't sleep on Patrick Kane because you know he's gonna go off. Jonathan Taves though, come on, they got some guys. Saad.
Taves has been getting better as he gets older.
That's true. He was
his best.
A couple years ago, he was starting to decline, but then I think he actually did
change. When the
change.
team started going to shit.
But he also changed up his he's very into the
Training, yeah.
dieting and training and shit. And ever since he made even more changes to that, he's been nasty.
Ever since they got rid of, they've been on a downhill though, and yet as the team in general has gotten worse, Kane and Taves have somehow also gotten better.
I mean, I think for them too is
they both don't have really good defense.
Crawford is also going to be playing.
Question
I'm pretty
mark,
sure
yeah.
because he was playing in the
yeah.
exhibition, so I'm assuming he's going to be playing.
Really? Because I just heard something that he's still a question mark.
All right, so maybe he's a question mark.
I think
I'm just
I
saying.
heard this yesterday.
I mean, he was playing in the exhibition.
Yeah,
Chicago
that's
has
why
the
I
better of the
was
two.
confused.
Chicago is the better of the 2 goaltenders. I don't really like Koskinen and who's the other one?
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, freaking Edmonton is just their fucking top
Dude,
line.
here's why I got Edmonton. Draisaitl was having a phenomenal season. McDavid is ready to go.
Yeah, obviously.
Dude, when it comes to special teams, Edmonton blows them out of the water. Edmonton is actually pretty much deeper than last year.
Well,
Chicago's a team.
You don't think Chicago's special teams are that good? I mean,
no. Compared to Edmonton's, they were they heavily favor Edmonton,
Gotcha.
And also,
I still think they got weapons
Chicago
on the power
also
play.
doesn't have Seabrook, so that might help them a little bit.
Yeah.
Could be,
Might be a little bit faster.
But the funny thing is, Edmonton has the best penalty kill out of all the 24 teams remaining. Guess who was number 1?
Rangers.
No,
Islanders.
a team.
Columbus.
No,
That's not in the
that's
league.
not in the
that's not in the
playoffs.
playoffs?
They're not in the playoffs.
Detroit.
No,
Ottawa.
close.
New Jersey.
No,
When you say close, is it Canadian?
no.
How is
No,
it
I think
close?
all the Canadian teams are.
What's the team that gave up the 3rd overall pick in a trade unknowingly? The 3rd overall pick.
Buffalo.
No,
Oh shit.
you guys are missing. It's so obvious. San Jose.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even I didn't feel like thinking about the trades. I was just guessing. Wow.
All right.
Oh, and another thing too, now that you mentioned San Jose, totally forgot to mention that when we were talking about Pittsburgh that they have Marlowe now. I just totally forgot that even happened. It's
and they also have
Patrick
Zucker too.
Yeah, they just have Pat Marlowe now. No problem. That's fine.
I mean, I think Edmonton's definitely the better team out of Chicago, but
I mean, I think Chicago
also
can win one game.
Chicago's playoff experience.
That's
I know
true.
Not all the guys are there anymore, but
Still, I heard
He's still pretty good at 37.
Rumor is they're just gonna.
He's 37 already.
Yeah, I think so.
Seabrook's at the same age.
They're gonna. Rumor is they're actually just gonna have Pat Sharp play.
Yeah.
Come out of retirement.
Man, Rocket Sharp.
Actually, no. He'll be the e-bug.
Oh my god. I'll be the e-book.
No. Please, God, no.
All right, so I got Edmonton in 3. Brendan?
I got Edmonton in 4. I
And
think
Woj?
Chicago could win 1.
And Woj says Chicago in 5.
Wow. I would love to see Chicago win 5. honestly.
I absolutely love that we didn't agree on everything.
I think I say
no,
that.
we did one Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we did agree that
But you
Pittsburgh.
kinda
was
Well,
gonna
not on
win
it.
this.
No, I said on everything. We didn't agree on everything.
Oh, yeah.
I
but-
agree there though for sure. I do.
It gets pretty damn boring when we all agree.
Yeah. I hope. I just like seeing Edmonton fans get mad. They're just
But I could
you
see
had
it.
the first overall pick 3 years in a row, and you're still a poverty franchise after Gretzky left.
I still,
They only have 2 of those first round picks though. By the
but
way.
I
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
I just think that I'm
Sure.
interested to see how like Chicago's young guys are gonna play. Also, not even to
Also,
add that,
Chicago was a seller at the deadline as well, like Montreal. So
and also Edmonton also picked up Athanasiou, right?
Yeah, they did.
at the deadline. Also another big pickup.
dude, the
for them.
trade deadline was so far away at this
Yeah,
point.
so
Like we don't
random.
even remember
No,
who got moved and all that. So
Darnell.
all right,
Nurse. They
so
got weapons.
to end off, just what's your as of right now Stanley Cup final prediction and who wins?
Oh my God,
I'm going with mine first. Colorado over Boston,
Wow.
Colorado, Boston.
but don't sleep on Philly. I'm gonna add that.
Kevin Hayes, baby. I got. Man, it's so hard to make this. I'm
I
trying.
really
to,
don't know this.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for this. Let me think off the top of my head. Let's just go like out of the ordinary.
I could pick let's say I could pick Edmonton, even though I just picked Chicago. Yeah. I'll go Tampa, Edmonton. Tampa wins
I'm gonna get crazy right now. I'm gonna say fucking Vegas Golden Knights.
versus Detroit.
I'm gonna go Vegas from the West, and I'm gonna go from the East. I'm gonna go Tampa, and I got Vegas winning the cup.
All right.
All right.
Oh, are we also going to mention who we think the Rangers are going to lose in the expansion draft?
Nah.
Nah, we'll
Let's
save
wait.
that. We'll save that.
Nah, yeah, Elias. See you later.
All right. Anything else, boys?
That's it. That's my early. Let's make that our early Stanley Cup prediction.
Yeah, we're gonna change this next episode
Let's actually
after the first round.
Let's change it. I think we should change it after we actually get the playoff bracket because it's just play in. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. Next episode, we're gonna update. We're
That
gonna
would
have an update on that.
that would be a fire.
No, it's not.
That would be a fire matchup though. Tampa Vegas.
Oh, we got it.
Probably after the conference final. And that. What were you saying, Brendan?
No,
I was talking to Woj.
I mean, I think all of the. I mean, I would like to see all of those matchups as long as there's no Pittsburgh in the cup. But
Pretty much,
I
yeah,
would
that
love to
was-
see. I would not count out St. Louis as a possibility to make the cup again because they're
I
pretty.
have them losing in the conference final to Colorado.
Yeah, because
Well,
they got a pretty good team
Now
too.
you mentioned that.
Can't count out Colorado also.
Now you mentioned Pittsburgh. I kind of want Sid to get us fourth cup.
Honestly though, I can't.
Woj, do you want me to kick you out of my house
I just
right
can't.
Yeah.
now? Brendan, you got a little too quiet on that.
That's all I got.
What? You guys both hate me for that comment?
No,
Oh, all right.
No, Brendan was just trying to talk, and then he just got mad quiet after I said that. All right, that's a pretty good way to end an episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Check us
Woj is
out.
dead now. No, okay.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Check us out, Backup Blueshirts, on YouTube and Podbean. Special thank you to Brandon Wojno, #1 fan and
I'll be back for the rest.
friend. And you know what? He probably will be.
Yeah.
So,
The song, man.
Yeah, I'm getting paid.
Yeah, we're paying him.
Yeah.
His big money.
Yeah, Brendan just handed me a $1 bill under the table.
it's
Kid's big
Guy-
contract.
guys got some bets going on that I don't know about. I want in.
Nah, I can't bet until I'm in PA. I'm not going to do anything illegal.
Well, I mean,
Like
technically,
change your-
if
like
we
change
bet,
your VPN,
Yeah, I would do
VPN
that.
Express and
Well,
bet in Jersey.
well, technically,
No, I'm kidding.
if we bet each other like $1 on who's gonna win a game, and we're both in the same basement, is that really illegal?
No,
That's insider
unless I
trading.
report it.
Insider trading. All right, I'm
All
done.
right, I'm done.
I'm done. Follow us on Twitter at Backup Blue Pod. Backup Blue Shirts will be back after the first round. All right, play-in round. So, everybody take care and enjoy some hockey.